Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. We made it. It's Friday. Welcome to the YouTube Live. Just to recap, I am going live every day this week up through tomorrow morning from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And I am just doing it to see if it will help my analytics at all, if publishing every day for 7 days straight will make a difference, and if going live every day for 7 days straight will make a difference either. So that is why I'm doing this. I am actually making a video recapping this experience afterward, which I will publish later. I made a video beforehand telling you guys what I was up to, but I'm in the process of doing that. If you joined me yesterday, you would know that I filmed myself actually going live, and I showed you my setup in my kitchen. I was home filming, as I usually am on Thursdays, and so you got to see me do something a little bit different. You got to see me make a recipe. I tried to make some healthy pumpkin pancakes, and those turned out pretty well, of course. I used the oatmeal and the pumpkin and almond milk, and so no dairy and no like regular conventional flour or sugar. So there's a recap for you. So if you guys would like, go ahead and comment what you're up to today, and then what kind of channels you're working on, and then of course any questions or comments that you do have for me today on Friday. Looks like I already have one coming in. Peter says, I just watched it as was out for the first time since lockdown. Wow. Well, thank you for watching it, Peter. I have this light on me, so I'm going to turn it down just a bit. It seems just a little bright here. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Not so bright. All right, so today for my topic, I chose to talk about, I want to talk a little bit about the elements of a good YouTube video. Of course, there's lots of ways to make a great YouTube video, right? There's lots and lots of ways, but if you do kind of follow a certain formula, then there can be a good theme throughout all of your videos, right? So some of the things I want to talk about are some things that you can do and put in your videos to make them stronger, and then also some maybe don'ts that might not work as well. Of course, I'm not saying that these 100% work every time and not every time, but I have seen the theme of these working in the past. So let's go right into it. So first of all, for the elements of a great video, for some things to not do. First of all, we'll do those first, and then the things to do after that. In the very beginning, there is no need to say the name of your video and the title of your video, because the person who clicked on your video and your thumbnail already knows what the video is about. They clicked on it because most likely they saw the title of your video, but they clicked it because they saw the thumbnail, right? So there's no need to reiterate what the video is already about, because that is a way to kind of lose your audience. The first 5, 10, 15 seconds are so crucial for keeping your audience and bringing them in. So really there is no need to restate that. You can kind of restate that within like the middle of the beginning, or maybe toward the beginning or toward the middle, but really you don't need to restate it in the beginning because it gets kind of boring. Okay, so next is you don't need to introduce yourself necessarily. Again, this kind of goes along with the first one, but you don't need to say your entire life story and, you know, I'm Anna and my channel name is Content Warrior and I do things all YouTube. I mean, you can kind of sprinkle those little things in throughout without having to waste like 3 minutes just restating what they already know, basically. So, and what I like to do in my videos is we have those little titles that go across the screen with my name on it in case somebody is new, they can see my name, and then also a little fun fact about me. I put something different, something kind of cheesy on there every time. So if someone is new, they can kind of learn something about me. Of course, you don't have to go throughout the whole video without saying your name, but just saying, You don't need to come up with a formal introduction for YouTube. People click on your videos, they can read the description and the thumbnail, and if they've already been a subscriber of your channel, they will know what it's kind of about. All right, then the next one is don't ask people to subscribe in the first 10 seconds or like the first 5 minutes. You haven't given them a reason to subscribe yet to your channel, and that can be a big turnoff for people who are new. And again, you gain their trust and also build a relationship with them. If you haven't built a relationship with them and given them a reason to like your channel and like you and like what you have to offer, then there is no reason why they're going to subscribe. And if you ask them to subscribe before you've done any of that, it might not be pretty for you. They might leave the video, unfortunately. So I would not advise on doing that first. You can do it in the middle of the video if you want. Kind of, again, it's all about just kind of like subtly sprinkling things in. And then, of course, toward the end of the video, that's what I do a lot of the times. I always make it a point to do that at the very end of the video. And I'll go into reasons why I do that. And most all YouTubers do that. So I'll go into that in just a little bit when I start talking about some of the things that you should do or you can implement, but not quite yet. Okay, so I know some of these things kind of seem counterintuitive, but there is just a happy medium with these things. So the next one is don't assume someone has watched your last video or your channel at all. You can't just assume that they are a subscriber and they've been with you since the very beginning. They might have found your channel organically or your video organically, and that's an awesome thing. That's exactly what you want. But you can't assume that they've already watched all your videos, especially in chronological order. And so you can't, refer back to the last video as if they've already seen it. If you do want to refer back to another video, you can kind of give them a small recap of that. And then, of course, you can prompt them to go watch that video if they want. That's another great way to get them to go watch more videos. And then also, don't assume that they've been an avid watcher of your channel the entire time. Don't give all those things away because, again, that's another reason for them to go binge watch all your videos, because you can't just give it all away in one video. You just don't have possibly enough time for that. So each video should be like a little Christmas present to them. So, all right. So I have the analogy here, like you wouldn't go to a job interview and assume that the employer had read every single little detail of your resume and they know your entire life story. Maybe they did read all of your resume, but they are going through tons and tons and tons of resumes. So you might have to refresh them, and they're going to ask you questions that you have to assume they don't know, about you. It's the same thing with the YouTube channel. There are so many YouTube channels out there that you can't assume someone remembers everything about your YouTube channel or your past videos or, just a theme as a whole. Okay, so the next one, this one is very important. This is one of my favorite things, is make your entire video into a story, no matter what. And I know this can be a little harder to implement for some than others, but if you think about it like that, like there's an introduction, there's a middle, there's an end, there is a problem, and then there's some sort of solution, conclusion, and not only that, there is also a hero to the whole story. So you got to pick a hero within your video. So whether that hero is you, whether it's your dog, something, it can be an object, but that is a really great way to keep your viewers engaged. And if you can make your YouTube channel even a story or like a series, that is even cool in itself, because then you can hook people. It's like a Netflix series or something. Like you can hook people and they'll just want to watch and binge and binge and binge your videos. So what I mean by that is, offering a simple solution to some sort of problem that they might have. The reason that, again, you are creating this YouTube channel and your video is to offer some sort of solution. So make sure you do that. You deliver on that. And so this actually brings me into the do's of all this. So I'm going to start going into that. So in order to keep their attention and make your videos more interesting, make your intro interesting. That first 5, 10, 15 seconds is so important. It's the most important out of every aspect of your video. If you don't keep them during that, then no one's going to click on your video and go to 30, 40 seconds in and start there. No, you got to have them in the first 10, 15 seconds, and then they're more likely to stay. So you do have to have some sort of introduction, just like a story. And a good way to have an interesting introduction is some sort of humor element, whether you make joke, maybe that's your personality, is to be humorous and maybe you're goofy or something. Another way to do that is some sort of emotional hook, whatever the context of your video is. And then another one is just informational. If you watch this video all the way through to the end, by the end, then you are going to know how to make great elements of your video and keep your viewers' attention. That was an example for me. So if you watch this video until the very end, by the end, you are going to know exactly how to implement interesting elements into your video so people will stay and watch more of your videos. So that is the problem, and then there's a solution, but they have to watch it until the very end. So that's another element. So hook, and then give them some reason to watch until the very end. Don't give it all away in the very beginning. All right, so on to the next. Yes, you give them a solution. I already did that. Introduce your character. So again, I said there has to be some sort of hero. Every video has to be a story. So make sure it is very clear who your hero is and who your characters are in your story. In my videos, most of the time it's me. Sometimes it can be Thule. It can be a very, very simple story and a very simple hero and problem and solution, but just make sure you implement it. Because subtly, they're not going to know it, but it is going to make it more interesting just right off the bat. Okay, so next, actually give helpful information and deliver on what you promised you would give. So yes, don't give them false hope and say, by the end of this video, you are going to be an expert at repairing sinks, repairing your leaky sink, and then you don't actually give them the solution to repair their leaky sink, and then they're going to be very lost and don't understand why you didn't actually give them a solution when you promised them that you would in the thumbnail, in the description, and even in the intro you told them you would teach them how. So looks like I got one comment here, another comment. Send Edition says, I'm still figuring the intro out on my channel. Would looking at your competitors be a good place for ideas? I think so. Of course, I always say, don't copy your competitors, but it is a great place for inspiration. For different kinds of channels, so different styles, it can be different. And looking at your competitors can give you an idea of what is working out there for the types of viewers that you are going for, right? You are going for the same type of viewers that your competitors are going for. So that's really, the highlight there is your viewers, not your competitor, but through them, you can figure out what is working. So yeah, I would definitely look at your competitors and see what is working for them. I mean, I think everybody should be doing that in YouTube. If you're not, you're kind of missing out on an opportunity to advance your game a bit. Okay. The Flash. Hi, Anna. Happy Friday. Finally have my day off so I can watch today. How are the live videos going? Oh, I'm so glad you have the day off, and thanks for watching. They are going well. Today is Friday. Today is the second to last day. I'll be going live tomorrow from 10 to 10:30 on Saturday, and I've been doing this since Sunday. And it's been going great. I love it. I love this different format of getting to know you guys, and it's kind of like my little core group that I know is going to be joining me. And I've gotten some great questions and great ideas for future videos, because it's good to take a kind of audit of what your viewers are wanting. You know, you could put information and videos out there all day long that you like and you think are great, and you know, you might like yourself, but it doesn't mean what you like yourself is what your subscribers and your viewers actually like. So that's why I'm taking all of this information in, and might be crafting my videos a little bit differently after this, because I'm getting all this great information. Mike says, hi, Anna, love your stuff. It looks like Wix is really improving their platform. Any idea if this is a viable option for SEO and competing with WordPress and others out there? You know, I will have to gather some input from my coworkers about that. I know WordPress is like one of the best out there, but I will ask about that for you, Mike. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking your time on your Fridays. What are you guys up to on this Friday? Are you working or are you off? Are you out heading out to camp or on a trip? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, I'm gonna continue on. So my last one was give helpful information and deliver on what you promised to give. Of course, that is what YouTube is all about, is giving valuable information and what people are searching for in YouTube. That's why you are there. You are their solution to their problems. So unless your channel is purely entertainment or something like that, which is awesome, great for you. Okay, next is building familiarity with some sort of tradition or something that you let your viewers on. This is a really, really cool way to make your viewers and your subscribers feel like they are in on your channel and they are part of your tribe. So eventually a lot of YouTubers come up with some sort of funny tradition within their videos. Maybe at the end they have like some saying or like some, I don't know, hand motion or something. I don't have one of those yet, but it doesn't even have to be that. It's just something that's always the same. It's a tradition within your videos. Or maybe you have like a Where's Waldo thing where you have like some sort of item always in your video, but it's kind of hidden and it's fun for your viewers to point out. Maybe you start your videos the same way every single time. That really builds up your channel. And also the background that you have. If you have a familiar background, that really does help too. It doesn't have to be the same exact background every single time, but you know, for me, it's either here in the office or it's at home. And those are my main backgrounds. I don't change it up every single time. I think for me, when I watch YouTube and YouTube channels, I appreciate that as well, because then they don't have to focus on the background and trying to figure out where you are. They just focus on the content because the background's all the same, if that makes sense. They're not analyzing what's going on behind you and like that dirty laundry basket back there. They're just focusing on you and what you're saying, hopefully. So that is the advantage to having some sort of familiarity and tradition. It really does help out if you think about it, like a sitcom or something. The background is always exactly the same, like the house. It's always the same. It's familiar. It gives you those like warm, fuzzy feelings. So it's kind of like the same thing. All right, let's see. Just had a business day, had to scrap a car. Gearbox had gone. It was not worth repairing. Well, sometimes those cars, you know, you just gotta cut your losses and let it go. I know what that feels like. All right, so this one is something that is kind of, some people like it and some people don't. I guess people who don't have a YouTube channel sometimes don't understand why people do this all the time, and that is asking people to subscribe and like their videos and turn on that bell notification to get notified when they have more videos coming on. That can seem somewhat annoying to some people because it's the same over and over and over, and every YouTuber does it, but there is a reason behind that, and you guys probably know why. I did mention earlier, try not to do that in the very beginning of your videos because that's going to turn some people off, because if they're new, what reason have you given me to subscribe to your channel? I just started watching your channel and you're already asking me to subscribe. So I would save that more toward like sprinkled in the middle or at the end, which is what I always do. I would like to implement it a little bit more, but I always do remember now to put it in the end. I didn't always. And the interesting thing is that if you do not remind or invite people to subscribe to your channel, they are way less likely to subscribe to your channel. Surprisingly, if you remind them or ask them or invite them, they're more likely to subscribe to your channel. People just don't think about it. They're not automatically going to go to your channel and press the subscribe button or press the little subscribe button on the bottom right corner there. If you do remind them, say, hey, if you are new and you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. And that way you'll be more in the know and you'll get notified when I do publish new videos. It's not totally intrusive, it's just like anything. You are there offering information to them. You do have to grow your channel and you have to make investments, and it takes time and money, and that is their way to help and contribute back to you. So if they understand, or actually if you let them know how it works, it really does help my channel out. It helps with the algorithm and it helps me create more videos and get them out there to more people. If you just are transparent about it and explain, there's no issue with that. When it becomes an issue is when it's like, okay, just get a bunch of subscribers, get a bunch of numbers. More subscribers, the better. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if they're bots or whatever. That's not it. We want quality subscribers, real people invested in you rather than quantity, because those are going to be the people that are with you throughout your whole journey in YouTube and throughout the very end, that are going to stick with you and actually watch your videos and help you with your watch time. If you're just looking for numbers and just a huge amount of subscribers, but they actually don't, it's just sub for sub or whatever, if they don't watch your videos, that doesn't help you at all. It might help you get to your goal of getting monetized that first 1,000 subscribers, but after that, they don't watch your videos, they don't share them, like that does not help the algorithm at all. Okay. Anna, so why did you leave the news anchor career? Seems like a cool job. Actually, I just filmed a video about that yesterday, so you're gonna have to watch that. I asked you guys a couple days ago if you wanted to see that video, and some of you said yes. So I did go ahead and film that yesterday. I talked about my experience as a news anchor and a reporter. I did that for almost 4 years, and then why I transitioned out of that and into what I'm doing now, which is not only YouTuber, but internet marketing. That is my actual title, is digital marketing specialist. But yes, it was an awesome job. I had a great time and I absolutely loved it. And oh my gosh, I'll say this all in my video that I'm going to be putting out here in the next couple weeks. I don't know exactly when I'll be putting it out, but every single day was different, meeting new people every single day, never knew what to expect, was never bored. That's the thing I tell people, is I was never bored at my job. It was like I was counting against the clock. So some people, they look at the clock and count down until they're off. I was counting backwards because I only had minutes until my deadline. I'd have to find my story, call the people, set up the interview, go interview them by myself, come up with my interview questions, film it by myself, drive back to the station or sit in the car remotely with a computer, write my story, edit the video, pick out sound bites, put it together and present it and be live reporting or anchoring, and also do web. So that was 1 8-hour day, all of that every single day. So it was very exciting, but yes, I will put that video out there. And now, I talk about some of the differences between that and then now, the online marketing thing. The internet is not going anywhere. I almost guarantee that. I mean, I would think you guys would agree, right? But so there's just so much opportunity online and in online marketing. And there are some similarities, but they are very, very different. And what I bring here, what I'm excited that I continue to do is be on camera in some capacity and then relate to you guys, the viewers. And some of the advantages and benefits from what I'm doing now is that I actually get to really take into consideration what you guys want and relate to on a little bit of a deeper level than I did before, and really gain a core audience and know who you are, and create content that will be helpful to you. Both positions are awesome, but just different, very different. So I will put that video out here in the next couple weeks. I literally just did film it yesterday, so it'll be fun. And I also did a recipe that, I can just tell you. I can just tell you. I made a spaghetti squash lasagna bake, and it is vegetarian because I'm a vegetarian. Well, actually, I'm a pescatarian, so I eat fish. But it's actually very good, so don't knock it until you try it. But I did do that in that video as well. So all right, we've just got a few minutes left, so let me know if you guys have any other questions, comments, ideas. Tomorrow is the last day that I will be live, so please let me know, and I can kind of craft what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Every day I've kind of had a theme of the things I was going to talk about. I have something planned, but of course I know that you guys are going to have questions and comments, and so I am very flexible about that today too. So if you weren't watching today, earlier on this YouTube live, I just talked about the elements of a great YouTube video and how making it a story can make it so much more interesting and engaging. And what that means is making an intro, making an interesting intro within the first 5, 10, 15 seconds, having a hook, having some sort of middle, and then having a conclusion, and then also having a character in your story, some sort of hero. Maybe that's you every single time, but how does the hero, resolve whatever problem there is? That is basically the story. It doesn't have to be like you have to make up a story, a fictional story in your YouTube video. It just means that you, as the character, what kind of process do you go through to come to a solution? And then also, as part of a YouTube video, there are other aspects of it, like you don't have to introduce exactly what your channel is, who you are, in depth, in detail in the beginning of the video, because people most likely clicked on their video because they saw what it was about. And those kinds of things, you can sprinkle them in there, but it also gives you some sort of credibility because, you're almost assuming that they should know who you are, right? You don't have to express who you are every single time. You can do it in subtle ways like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm Anna. If you are new, I do videos on YouTube strategies. Or what I do is I use a little title thing that comes across and it has just my first name and a fun fact about me. And then also very important, having a call to action at the end of your video. This is so important, as much as you might not want to do it. Again, people don't know to subscribe and like your videos, subscribe to your channel and like your videos unless you ask them to. Interestingly enough, it's just the way it is. And then of course, having some sort of conclusion, and then always delivering on your promise. Don't make your videos clickbaity. Whatever it is you put on your thumbnail and your description, your title, actually deliver on that. So that was kind of a recap of the things that I talked about, the elements of a great video. All right, Mike says, I'll watch it right after this live is done. Thanks. Awesome, Mike. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And we are about out of time here. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Send edition. This is my favorite live so far. Thanks for all the great info. Oh, good. I'm glad. Seriously, you guys, let me know what you want to hear, because sometimes, I've mentioned this before, I have all these different ideas, but it's not about me. It's about you. So, all right. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow for our last live at 10 a.m. And I will not be here at work. Hopefully, I'll be at home or wherever for my weekend. So we've got that one more time, and so have a great Friday. See you soon.